Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are still in Lothering, and last time we did a few side quests. We freed Stan, who's now standing behind us, and we have a couple more side quests that I want to take care of first, so let's do that. And I think I have to go here. There are wolves. Lots of wolves, actually. Got him.
You cannot win! Hopefully you will not fight as poorly as you smell.
Look at all the wolves. There's a lot.
As you say. Cross me and you shall pay!
Damn.
Let us end this quickly!
Another battle, I see.
Oh god. Alistair's down. Almost down again. Oh, he's on the ground. We're too late to save him.
Now you die!
Oh, Stan is down too. Oh, he did drink a potion. But he isn't doing anything there. He's just chugging health potions.
Very well.
Maybe I should adjust his tactics to not do it at 50% anymore. I did it before because that one ogre guy hit so hard, but let's do it at 25.
Die quickly! Of course. Right then.
Jesus. Those were a lot of wolves. Oof. Let's wait until Stan is healed up. Ooh, he has all the injuries. I found a keepsake. Yeah, that is one of the quests. We were supposed to find the keepsake, and if we find it, return it. I think there's another one. Chanter's board. Yeah, something going on here. Oops. There's something. Ooh. We have bears. Can report in bears.
Run while you can. Let us end them.
Oh! He smacked me.
So shall it be!
Okay. Took care of the bears. Got the quest updated. And I guess now we have to return. Nice. We're also pretty close to level up. Some death root. Let's return. And I'm not sure if there's anything else we would have to do in the city. Or if we can, or in this town, I should say. Or if we can move on. Still are not able to make any traps, so I can't do the quest for Allison. But aside from that, I think we might...
Why do you always go on about how stupid I am? I'm not stupid, am I?
If you need to ask the...
This spell experiment maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but now gives can. Okay. That sounds kind of important.
Because it hurts my manly feelings, you know.
Aww.
Or one of them.
Then I'll be sure to write you an apology once all of this is over.
I was educated by the Chantry. I studied history. They don't make stupid Templars.
Then I must have been mistaken. I'm very impressed.
No, you're not. You're not even listening to me.
My, you are smarter than you look after all. Your Chantry must have been very proud.
Oh boy.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Thanks, I guess. But we gotta level up. Let's see. So let's go. Insanity is a measure of agility, reflexes, balance. Higher dexterity improves the character's chances to hit, makes the character more likely to dodge incoming blows, and contributes to the damage dealt by piercing weapons like daggers or arrows. Okay. Let's go to there. And cunning determines how well a character learns and reasons. Most skills such as herbalism and combat tactics require a quick mind to master. Okay, rogues benefit most from this as many of the classes rely. Okay, let's continue with that. Ooh. Still can't specialize apparently. So, what do I want to do? Archery. Oh, for that I have to improve combat training. Deadly strike improving. In this combat mode, the character strikes with both weapons simultaneously. Attacks cause more damage, but the character cannot inflict regular critical. Okay. Weapon sweep, the character sweeps both weapons in a broad forward arc, striking nearby enemies with one or both weapons. Let's get that as well, so we have a few options for our melee. Let's go further into Constitution with him. And 1 strength. Shield wall, yes. Nice. Okay, so do we have anything left here in Lothering? Let's see. I don't think so. So, I think we might have to leave. Not sure where though. I think maybe there. Let's see. Also for the time being, maybe...
Vashaden.
Let's switch out these two. Oh, and I think I might even have a second dagger for Liliana now. Yeah, she has an enchanted dagger. Oathkeeper. That is longsword. So like this. No armor really for her. That's fine too. But I want her to be pretty much the melee rogue of the group.
Very well.
Oh, there's a chest. Look at that. Small shield. Ruble.
It will be done.
Scale armor. Is that better than what Liliana has right now? No, it is pretty much the same. Does it look better though? No. So let's switch back. Oh, there's something going on up there.
Very well.
Uh-oh. Turlox. It's the dark spawn.
Leave us alone. You want to die, don't you?
You win.
Oh! Stabby stabbed him.
Is that all you've got?
Far better than that.
I suppose violence is run while you can. Tear them apart.
Maybe I will be the melee.
Die!
Maybe I will reskill. I think we did a thing. You have qualified for a specialization. Nice. Sealed letter. New codex. New codex. Quest related. Maleficarum regrets. I won't go back, let them hunt and dread finding me, but you, Malice, should not live this life. It would please me if you found alive in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cache is in the study area, middle alcove. Goodbye. Okay. Another dead person. We have...
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along. I'm not going the same way, trust me. It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Okay. Anything else to loot? Why am I sparkling? Song of Valor. Oh. I think it's from Liliana, maybe. Oh. Small carved statues of a robed woman. Another dagger. Sounds religious. Maybe this little likeness of Andraste. Let's pop a save. Pop a save. And continue. Yeah. I think we did everything in the town of Lothering. Can move on. Maybe we can talk to Alison about the traps at some point. Cutscene.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems surreal.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Are these dreams going to happen a lot?
It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Bet. Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
So, this is our camp here. Where we can talk to everyone. Oh, there is something. There is something. So, I guess we get familiar with our camp now.
Yes. Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry Cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending? How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry.
Makes sense.
But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. Yes? Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in a cloister, you know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourselves. Sanctimonious, preachy, like all the Chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, right?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister?
I
The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
And what did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Not so sure about that. Where do we have our gifts? Because I want to know how to use them. I think we have a few ones. There, beef bone. What can I? Spec destroy. That's Mercurio. Can I give him the beef bone? I guess I gave it to him. Bronze symbol of Andraste. Did I give it to him or did I just drop it on the floor? That is the big question. Let's try it with the Andraste thing. Think Andraste. Ah, there we
That's
go.
a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Golden Side Black Journeyman Lightning Rune Venom Silver Bracelet. I will hang on to the other ones for now, just until I know what they like and don't like. But let's talk to Alistair some more.
What do you need? Ask away.
This our Eamon raised you?
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
Well, really, that must have been tough for them. I thought you were raised by the Chantry.
Oh, there you go, listening to me again. You'd think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you off to the Chantry?
Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did.
Oh, it was
so
the
off I was
Arlessa.
packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the
maybe I
monastery
should
a few
have
times
given
to see
the
how I was, but I was
Andraste
stubborn.
thing to him.
I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Are you sure he isn't your father?
Yes, I'm quite sure. At any rate, I don't look anything like him, you'll see for yourself. Not that it stopped the rumors any. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did.
Makes sense.
Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Okay. Let's talk
What do you
to
need?
our companion some more.
Ask away.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
So this is where you deflect questions with humor, right? And what's the real reason?
You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know, yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Anywhere my clan goes is my home.
You must miss them a great deal. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are the closest I ever got to that kind of family. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
I can rebuild.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Okay, let me look at something. There we have new characters to talk about. Al Eamon Garing. He fell ill with a mysterious condition that even magic could not treat. We heard about that. Liliana, a lay sister of the Chan who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough, but one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Theron in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. There's more to Liliana than had even been apparent at Lothering, however. She spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin and spy employed by the nobles of Val Royeaux in their elaborate games of intrigue. Interesting. Stan, the northern islands are remote, lush jungles that harbor cities rumored to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Kunari, lands that no foreign eyes ever see. Only the stories of the three exalted marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Stan. The stoic giant in the cage was surely the strangest thing the people of Lothering had ever seen, until the Blight struck. The chastened Wilders have lived in the Kokari Wild since the first wars with the Alamari drove them southward a millennium ago. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the chastened thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Tevinter Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasion from the south to the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically to watch for chastened hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary warrior Hafter soundly defeated the chastened in the first half of the Divine Age that the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today the chastened are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Kokari Wilds, they live in strange-looking huts built on stilts or even built into the great tree trunks. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans, like those among the Avars. There are many tales of these shamans having learned their magic from the witches of the wilds, witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there is no definitive proof they exist. In particular, the tale of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, is celebrated amongst all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travelers that pass through the forest tell of chastened king out an existence even in the frozen wastelands of the far south. One can assume that should the chastened even ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here in Ferelden. We ignore them at our peril. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Okay. Magic and religion. The Maker. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities, and from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forged you, to you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelt, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light, reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. At the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss, so the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the fate a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for sea, sea and sky, for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make a man, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my secondborn, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the fate I crafted you, and to the fate you shall return each night in dreams, and that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelt, waiting to see wonders his children would create. Threnodies 518. The sacred ashes of Andraste. We heard about that as a potential cure for whatever ails all Eamon. Only one person witnessed Mafarath's betrayal, Havard the Aegis. A childhood friend of Mafarath, he accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Twinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Mafarath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw sword against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Twinter soldiers. The Twinter struck him down and Mafarath left him for dead. Gravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates of Minrathus to stop the execution. When he reached it, the terrible deed was already done. The armies on the plains, long since dispersed. Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that had been left to the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched the pile of ashes, ears filled with song, and he saw before him a vision of Andraste, dressed in cloth made of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, the Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember. The song faded and the vision with it, and Havard was alone, but his wounds were healed. With new strength, Havard took up the ashes of Our Lady and bore them back to the lands of the Almari. From Theda's Myths and Legends by Brother Geneviti. And we have creatures. No beast is more beloved by Dirthaman than the bear. When the world was new, Dirthaman gave one secret to each creature to keep. The foxes traded their secrets to Unreal for wings. The hares shouted theirs to the treetops. The birds sold theirs for gold and silver. Only the bears kept Dirthaman's gift. Deep within their dens, they slept the month away in the company of their secrets and nothing else. When Dirthaman discovered what had been done with his gifts, he snatched the wings from the foxes, silenced the voices of the hares, and turned the birds into paupers. But the bears he honored for their steadfastness. Normally, it is almost unheard of for bears to attack travelers. They are in fact so shy and so inactive during the day that most people never encountered a bear at all. However, should a bear be provoked, they are remarkably dangerous. The normally placid seeming creatures become enraged and can strike massive blows with their paws, capable of knocking a man off his feet. Okay, I think this is where we ended for today. We talk to our other companion next time and continue with Dragon Age Origins. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. A little bit more dialogue and text heavy, but I want to go through this game at my own pace, take my time, and take in as much information as I can. I hope you enjoyed that too, and I can imagine that even for some of you who have played it, you haven't read all of the things or have encountered all of the dialogue, so maybe you can pick up something new from that as well. But if you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. That helps me out a bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Dragon Age Origins tomorrow. Until then, have a great time.